Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we are live swatching a few more PR polishes from Ella+Mila that I selected for the winter season. And it's going to be pretty impromptu. It's just swatching and chatting. So if you enjoy these types of videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. I'll also have the links to the products down below. So we're starting out with Sway With Me. And of course, I picked this because I wanted some gray in my creams, and I always feel like I don't have quite enough. This one is a very neutral light gray, and it's $10.50. It's already available on the site. Next up is this gorgeous one. So a la nude is something that is a little further out of my comfort zone. This one is a creamy, slight burnt orange brown. So I wanted some orange, but I also wanted some brown. So I wanted to try on something that incorporated both, but I wanted it to still be pretty mellow for the winter season. And I really liked this one because it's so unusual from anything I would normally pick. Next up, I have been feeling blues. So Yacht Club is a grayish blue-green, and that's the description that is on the site. All of the polishes are $10.50, 17 free, which is a huge thing for me. But this definitely pulls more blue on me, and I'm not complaining because I feel like that little bit of gray and green made it perfect. And I know you've noticed that some of these are getting just one coat, and that's simply because I didn't need more for opacity, so I wasn't going to do more. I did do 2 on swatch photos just because I want them to be a little more plump. Next up is Mistletoe Magic. So this one has been on my wish list for a long time, but I wasn't feeling the darker green until now. It's described as a holiday green, so I felt like technically I could still squeeze it in during the winter, and I am loving it. It looks brighter in lights, but the side by side is what is in my opinion a more accurate representation. Also, no top coats were applied on these as usual. And we are narrowing it down to the last 2 of this selection because it's not a collection. I picked these. Next up is Wanderer. This one is a muted brownish brick red, and while the camera does show up more of the reddish part, it is definitely more brown in my opinion. I'm not sure why cameras pick certain colors and make them the focal point, but definitely looked more brown on my nails, especially without the brighter lights. So just that, but I still really loved it, and I think it would go well with a la nude. But you'll let me know down below in the comments which ones you think go best together. I hope. Please feel free to. I would love to hear what you think. Next up is a one that you have seen in my winter rack because I was dying to get this deep red shimmer on my nails. It's Dorothy's Stilettos, and I am so excited because I actually got to wear it and it was on my rack, so I'm like, success! But it is a deep red and it's so luscious and so beautiful, and it shimmers so beautifully. I can't believe it took me this long to get it on my nails. I got it like over the summer. And I did do 2 coats because I did spread it kind of thin, trying to get around my cuticles. So I really just like in 2 coats, full opacity, and it's got that shimmer to it, which makes me excited to look into grabbing some of their hollows that they recently released, and I think it was like in a fantasy collection. I'm not absolutely sure, but I am looking forward to getting some of those on my fingertips, because now I'm like, if you can make a shimmer, then you can make a hollow. And then, as a bonus for all my friends who are like, you never do any nail art anymore, here's some nail art. And it's super easy because the skinny brushes that they use for Ella+Mila, which, by the way, they do fluff out more the longer you have them. But I decided to select 3 polishes from the polishes I selected and just do a little something abstract. And I am using my Mani mask from Maniology, because part of the reason why I hesitate to do a lot of freehand is because I'm like, I don't want to mess up on camera. So I put the Mani mask on it and then just got to creating. There is no rhyme or reason to this design. I'm just feeling out the versatility of the skinny brushes to see what I can get away with. So I'm starting out with Sway With Me to create some random um, paint on my nails. I wouldn't even say they're squiggles. I wouldn't even say they're curves. I wouldn't even say they're blobs. They're just random. And I do see that like it's pooling a little bit, but then again, I'm not applying it very evenly either. And I'm hoping that my top coat, once it dries, will even everything out, which it did. So I'm just at this point playing with my polish, and I had so much fun that I can't wait to do it again. And I'm probably going to use any polishes I have with a thin brush, just because I like the wide brushes for application, not as much for nail art, just because I don't feel like I have as much control. So I've gone ahead and made some abstract, yeah, you know what, we can call them blobs, some abstract blobs on my nails. And then I'm gonna go in with Yacht Club because I feel like this blue is so much fun. Why would I not? Why would I pass up the chance of adding it to this Mani? So I also felt like it goes well with Sway With Me, especially if we're looking at winter manis and you don't want to do the typical snowflakes or, you know, snow or icicles. I know we do a lot of weather themed nails, especially in the winter. So I wanted to go with something a little easier, a little more simple for those of us who may not have those stamping plates. And also, I feel like I need to do some stamping with my Ella+Milas because they are so opaque. Like, I didn't have to do 2 or 3 coats. I just was wiggling the brush around. And then it says BMC, which is what Maniology was before Maniology. Before it was Maniology, it was Bundle Monster. So I've got one of my dual-ended brushes from olden times. They do sell them now and they're like a pretty blue color, but it's a dotting tool on one end and a brush on the other end. And I'm just using the dotting tool to create a random dot design. The only prerequisite for my random dot design was that I wanted it to cross over into both colors, both Sway With Me and Yacht Club, to pull it together. And I decided to use Wanderer because I thought I never use browns enough with like grays and blues. And I feel like brown goes really well with those. Plus, this has a lot of red to it. So I thought I would create a design that way, leave the rest of my nail negative space, and focus just on those 3 bigger nails because I have a lot more real estate there. So I hope you all enjoyed the design. I'm gonna start wrapping up the video. I hope you had as much fun as I had, And if you're part of my nail fam, I am sending out virtual hugs. I am so happy whenever I get the chance to share some nail polish with you. And if you are new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hanging out with us. As always, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!